Hello, community table around summer energy camps. Thank you all for joining yesterday as we really started to dive in. I thought I would send out just a quick screencast to kind of close us out from our time yesterday. I know it was kind of loud and our time was short, and make sure that you all feel prepared for our next meeting. So on this slide deck, which I'll also share with you guys, this is going to be our home base for the work that we're doing together. And the question that's guiding us is, what will the future demand of us now for community leadership development? And when I say community leadership, I mean everybody in Nelson County schools, from bus drivers to teachers to principals, backpack leaders, everybody that makes up our community. So slide 2 is going to be the backpack that we're going to be co-designing along this process. And yesterday, and the step that you're going to take this week / next week is really going to be the process that we're going to leverage to co-design this backpack plan together. So what you'll see is a few links on there that I'll explain. And you'll also see that the next time we're going to meet is February 11th at 1:30. We're going to have weekly meetings for this community table project. And once we get together, we'll do some calendar syncing and cleansing to make sure that we have some times picked out for our meetings together, our time together. So at this table for this purpose is Tiffany, Dana, Randy, Emmy / Teresa, and myself. And so we're going to be working to gather intelligence at the local level to feed into what this larger vision is going to look like for summer energy camp around leadership development for Nelson County schools. So on slide 4, you'll see that this is a summation of our time that we spent together yesterday. We talked about folks that we might want to have at our table. We talked about some different possibilities and some things that we need to explore further. And I also recorded along this outer edge here where it says team synthesis, some questions that you all generated yesterday. And these questions, feel free to pull from those when you have your own local community table around this, or feel free to come up with some other questions. I think the big part about these questions is we want to have questions that generate possibility and really think big, and want to make sure we're not thinking small around this, because we really are coming up with a whole district vision for what it means to develop our leaders this summer and how we can make the most of our time together, generate collective energy, and move forward towards 2021-2022 school year. So slide 5, 6, 7, 8, you'll find a slide for you to put down your synthesis of your community table. So before we meet again next week, I'd like for you all to have a community table, 4 or 5 people, 3 or 4 people that you want to get together and ask some of these questions that we generated yesterday. And on this slide here, on your slide, you're going to put who is at your table, and you're going to put the questions that you utilized. I would think 3 or 4 questions would suffice. And then record some of your findings that emerged from those conversations. Feel free to utilize a protocol that we used or any of the ones on the principal home base too. There's a bunch of different templates that you can utilize there too. So generating questions, and at your local table, asking those questions, getting feedback, and then in this box, putting any themes, trends, ideas, and questions that emerged from your conversations. And again, these conversations should not just focus on how we develop people at your local school level, but really exploring how we do that as a district. And then this information that you are collecting before next week is going to inform what our next steps are in deriving at a priority that's going to focus our work and our time together. So with that being said, if you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to help support. I'm excited to create with you all as we think about what's impossible for how we develop our leaders and what the future will demand of us now for community leadership development.